Woot, woot, woot. What is up, guys? This is Redban. I am jumping into the mainframe. Welcome to Virtual Redban number 693. I'm having my first drink of the night. So happy Friday, happy Black Friday, happy Thanksgiving. Cheers to you guys if you're having a little drinky poo. Yep, that's what I'm having. That's what I'm having. And I'm having it. I have a Death Squad mug. I don't know if I can even show you. I don't even know where that window is. Where's that window at? I'm missing a window. Man, you know, sometimes, what's SDR? I don't even know what that is. Sometimes OBS is just junk. Sometimes. I mean, it's a free program. I get it. It's a free program. But sometimes it is just junk. Like, Windows just disappear. I don't know what is going on here. How about that? There you go. Anyways, if you want a Death Squad mug, I'm sorry, I'm a little out of it. I threw together this episode real quick because I was actually going to go live, and then ding dong, the UPS guy dropped off a package, and that's what the title of this one is. Steam Deck Special Edition. I got the Steam Deck Special Edition in. So I had to change everything, and then did one of those things where I ran upstairs and I forgot something, then went downstairs and forgot something. It was just like, you know, Benny Hill music. But anyways, if you want this Death Squad mug, you can go to deathsquad.tv, and at the very top, you can click on Shop Squad, and that will take you to all the merch, the hats, the shirts, everything, including, man, the two latest shirts have been killing. 7 Itchy, which is a Death Squad logo made entirely out of sevens. I took this to Vegas, and boy, how do you? That was a popular shirt in Vegas. People were like, whoa, is that sevens? Where'd you get that shirt? What is that shirt? Who are you wearing? You also have the Tower 7 shirt. So if you have, for maybe Christmas, you have a girlfriend or boyfriend who's a little bit conspiracy theory. I wore this shirt the other day, and sometimes I forget that I'm wearing this shirt. And I went to 7-Eleven wearing this shirt. And then when I got in the car, I realized I had this shirt on. I didn't even notice anything, but I wonder if they saw it. I wonder if they were pissed. I wonder what. Anyways, you go to deathsquad.tv or just go to shopsquad.tv if you want any of that stuff. Get it right there at the very top where it says Shop Squad. You can also find every episode of Kill Tony. You can also click on the Sunset Strip Comedy Club. If you're ever in Austin, Texas, I have a comedy club. We were open last night during Thanksgiving. We were the only club, I think, in Austin that was open. And we had a pretty good crowd. Surprisingly enough, we had a pretty good crowd last night. I think there was a lot of people that just wanted to get out of the house. And there was a lot of comedians that were bored. So it worked out. So thank you to all you guys that came out last night. We have a bunch of shows every day. Fun shows. Look at all these shows. Look at all these shows. Including every single Thursday, we have The Secret Show, which is my show, which I had last night. And it was fun. Had a lot of people come out. I think we got maybe a picture from there last night. Oh, there's Brian Holtzman last night on stage. Look at that. Brian Holtzman. Yeah, that's the new curtain. This is a wall of art. The club came with all these different kind of generic paintings on the wall. And so I've been slowly buying art from Jamar Neighbors. And I got 2 more pieces. This, you can't tell, this is a Lego Michael Jackson. And this is a Barbie. And there's a Jamar. Anyways, Cat's Waist. Here's another picture from last night. We have the great Brian Holtzman. There's me. There's Sam Walker from Canada. There's a little Janice. There's Hans and his beautiful girlfriend. And that was taken by Yonder Wizard, who you guys might know. Great Yonder Wizard. I also did some power washing today, dude. I woke up early. I know how I always get teased. People think I sleep in all the time. I actually don't. I actually woke up early after a huge Thanksgiving. I had an amazing Thanksgiving. Every Thanksgiving we go to my friend Philip and Margarita's house where they cook amazing food, and they are amazing chefs, Michelin star chefs. They also own Not a Damn Chance Burgers, NADC Burgers, sushi, the sushi places that we always talk about. They own a bunch of different places, a new bakery. They're amazing. It was amazing. Then after, I had to go right to the Secret Show, and man, you're tired after Thanksgiving. Imagine having to go then run a 4 to 5 hour show. Jeez, I think it was 4 hours last night. I called it in last night. I was pretty freaking tired, but I woke up early, and guess what I did? I worked for about 3 hours power washing. Dude, power washing's a lot of fun. First, let me just show you something real quick. I'm power washing my front driveway because the construction people just tore it up. You can see on the left, it's me doing a quick clean. This is like I just did a real one over, like quick one over, and then I went back and like cleaned it a little bit more. But look how the difference from the left to the right. Yeah, a lot of fun. I was drawing dicks. Right after I drew this dick, a family went by with their kid and said hello. And I didn't know if they saw it. It was upside down. So I probably did see it. And I made it worse though, because right when they walked by, I just started like trying to mess it up. And they were like, oh, what's he doing? So I think I called myself out on that. Power washing's fun though. I have a lot more to do. I did 3 hours and I only got half of my driveway done. It's a lot of work. It's fun, but a lot of work. Yep. Power washing talk. But no, Secret Show is every Thursday, and you can go get tickets at sunsetstripatx.com. We usually have, last night I think we had 15 comedians on. We had some greats, Hans Kim, Brian Holtzman, a bunch of people. Enrique Chacon. All the greats on. A lot of great people last night. But we have shows all the time. Anyways, go to Sunset Strip. Please, check it out. Check out my comedy club. It's getting better and better all the time. And you can find all these links again at deathsquad.tv. So yeah, hopefully everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I also had something really horrible last night happen. You might remember me telling you about how many bunny rabbits live around my house. Just bunny rabbits. I've had drama with bunnies. They've got underneath my car and ate all my wires in my car like twice. It's cost me a lot of money. Luckily, it was my older car, my Civic, but they did it twice. And, when I first moved here, I was like, oh, this is so awesome having all these bunny rabbits. And a lot of people are like, dude, that's good luck if you have bunny rabbits. I'm like, really, is it? Well, they just cost me $2,000 in damage to my Civic, so fuck off, bunnies. Now I don't really like the bunnies, but they are cute. And there's just baby bunnies everywhere. More babies than there are adults, I've noticed. And the babies, they're like little Chipotle burritos when they're wrapped up. Like little chunky blocks of bunny. They're cute. And I can't hate them, but they just do a lot of damage. They like to eat a lot of shit. Gardens, flowers, plants, wires, cars. They're little assholes. But I don't want to see any hurt. And unfortunately, when you have that many bunnies, you see a lot of dead bunnies all around. We even saw, when we first moved in, there was a dead bunny in pieces. It looked like a bird got at it, a hawk. We have a lot of hawks where I live. And last night I was outside after I got home. pretty late. I'd say maybe like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., something like that. And I'm just outside sitting on my back porch, and I look over and I hear something. I heard some noises, and I look over and there's a baby bunny rabbit. And he's on like the side of this, like we have just some storage outside, and I thought he was like stuck, like he was flopping around, like he was like maybe his foot was stuck on something. So I went over there and moved like the storage thing away from him, but he still was just flopping around and just laying there and flopping. And it occurred to me that this poor bunny is poisoned. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like an animal in his last minutes of life flopping around like he was poisoned. Now, there's no bunny rabbit poison. I don't think any of my neighbors are trying to kill bunnies. But, that happens especially when people have like rodent poison. They put out things to kill rats or mice. Bunnies can eat that too. It also happens when people like put out rat poison or mice poison, and then like the mice dies, and then like later a cat eats it, and then that cat gets poisoned. It's like it's kind of fucked up. The whole poison thing's pretty dangerous for animals of all. I'm not a big fan of the poison thing, but it was really sad. And my first instinct was, oh my God, ew, gross, ooh. And so I ran inside. No, I mean, there's nothing I could do. It was obviously, it was about dead. It sucks seeing that. They're trying to move and trying to walk, but their body's just falling on the ground. It's fucked up. And then over the course of like an hour, Janice was giving me updates. She was looking through the window at it, and it finally died. Pretty sad. This morning I forgot about it, and I woke up, do what I normally do, get my morning coffee, take the dogs out back, sit on my chair in the back, which is right where the bunny was dead, and I forgot. I just was like, oh God, it's a dead baby bunny. Man, when you see a freshly dead animal, it looks like they're still alive, but just sleeping, and it's fucking creepy no matter what. Just anything dead it's a bummer. I mean, bugs and stuff, but just any dead animal, even dead frogs and stuff. Just when you see it, it's just sad. Especially a dead bunny, because it would just look like a little baby bunny sitting there. Really sad. Now, luckily, that's when I decided to go power wash the front of the house. I was like, how do I get away from this dead animal? So I went to the opposite side of the house and decided to do manual labor with a hangover while I was drinking my coffee. Something about cleaning the other side of my house made the dirty part in the back. And, the whole time I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get this dead baby bunny rabbit off my porch? And then I remembered I am dating an Asian girl. And just like when we had a dead rat in Burbank, she doesn't mind that stuff. And so she just went out back and threw it in a bag. And she said it was really stiff, which is weird. That is weird when you die. It's not just like floppy. It's just like all the muscles stiffened up. That's kind of weird. Isn't that weird? Weird. But yeah, fucking sucks. Jess Jacob says, driving back from Thanksgiving lunch, saw a lady pulled over in the medium while coming back down the highway. Turned to see what's up, and she's hugging a twitching deer she had hit with her car. Oh, man. God. Man, yeah, that's sad too. Very sad. I remember one time I was driving. I never hit any major animals, but one time I was driving, and I think it was like I want to say it was like maybe like I guess it was a raccoon or a skunk. I think it was a skunk. Yeah, now I remember. It was a skunk. And I just remember seeing it dart across the road, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to hit it. And then I hear where you jump, but I also saw just like like this spray of shit in the corner of my eye, just like that, and it like popped it. And I remember I just drove around for like an extra 20 minutes because I didn't want to get out of the car. And then when I got somewhere, I got out on the other side of the car, like I said, because I didn't want to get on that car. I didn't want to open the door and just be like gross stuff everywhere. It wasn't that bad, but it did. If I remember, it did smell, I think, or there was some kind of blood in there, so I had to get the old hose out, which was gross. I accidentally ran over a bird with my electric skateboard. It flew in my path and got caught under the wheels. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, God. Did you fall off your skateboard? Did you stop in time? That's pretty fucked up. Yikes. Had an injured deer outside my window recently. She was up and gone by morning. See, that's what I was hoping last night. I was like thinking maybe that bunny got into some kind of like weird plant. You know, like you hear about something that, you know, like squirrels eat and that gets them drunk. I forget what it is. It's like some kind of flower or something. I don't know. So I was thinking maybe the bunny's just drunk on something. And like in the morning, I was thinking like in the morning, maybe it was gone. Like the bunny just went away. But nope, Janice says there was already flies on it. So there's probably eggs in it. My dog had a dead mouse. I didn't think how it could have been poisoned. Yeah, you got to watch out, man. Swear to God. That is, I hear it all the time. I heard it a lot more when I lived in Burbank, like in the neighborhood Facebook groups and all that shit. Because there was a lot of rats in Burbank. I mean, Burbank, LA is just, it's New York. It's almost as bad as New York, if not worse. And so there's a lot of rat poison everywhere. And so all these rats and mice will eat the rat poison, and then cats will like take it home, and then the cat will get poisoned, or the dog will eat the mouse, and happens a lot. So if you see your animal with a animal that, unless you saw it kill the animal, I'd be like kind of weary about it, you know. At least keep an eye on your animal afterwards to see if your animal's acting a little weird. That's sad. You've seen cats in that condition. Heartbreaking. Yeah, that's fuck. Seeing a cat in that, or a dog in that condition, that's really, really fucked up. I was smoking some green tea, and a deer blind, and a deer stuck his head in to see what it was. What? Okay. Are you smoking green tea right now, Dayton? Sometimes I hate on you in the chat, but you're a good guy. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for hating and liking. Wow. It's like, what was I going to say? Anything else I wanted to say about that? Ooh, no. So, I did some power washing, had some amazing food, got home, and I got the new Steam Deck. We talked about this recently. If you don't know, let's catch you up. Steam Deck, which is like a grown-up adult version of the Nintendo Switch. It's from one of the best companies in the world, Valve. God, I had all this open, and then now where'd it go? It's not my day. It came out very popular. I have one right here. This is the original. It is big, fat, and juicy, and it's really well made. It plays almost all the games, PC games you can think of. It has some problems here and there, but there's usually workarounds where you can kind of play it. It's not the most powerful machine in the world. Like a lot of the games, the bigger games, it has to kind of dumb down the graphics a little, so it can work. But when it's on a small handheld like this, you don't really notice it as much, because it's on this small thing. Very popular. People love it. I love it. I don't use it as much as I should, honestly, because I always just forget about it. But the things that kind of suck about it is, the screen is this old screen. It's an LCD screen, which a lot of people were kind of like, why'd you go with an LCD screen? And the battery life is kind of meh. And there's a couple other little tiny things but overall, all the reviews, everyone loves this thing. Well, out of the blue, what a huge surprise to almost everybody. They released a new version of it, an OLED version of it, kind of like Nintendo Switch did when Nintendo Switch released their OLED version. The screen is a little bit bigger. It's way more better because it's OLED. The blacks are black, the whites are white. It's bright as heck. It's got a longer lasting battery. It's got better Wi-Fi, so it's faster downloads. And it comes with a bunch of other things. I mean, it's got a big orange button now on the top of it. But mainly, the main thing to get it is because of the screen and because of the battery. Being able to play it outside because it's so bright. And you could connect it to your TV if you wanted to, which is not really, though. Who gives a fuck? Anyways, it comes. They still sell the LCD screen version for $399, but they released it $512 in same price as it used to be. But now you have an OLED, and of course, again, there's different models. There's one that has 512 megabytes of storage. One has 1 terabyte. The more expensive one has it's like an anti-glare etched glass. So the glass is way better, outside or around glare. The battery life is better. It's a 2 to 8 hours on the old one, 3 to 12 hours on the new one. But between the more expensive one and the other cheaper one, the only difference is that you get a carrying case with a removable liner. See, like this old carrying case. This old carrying case is pretty nice. It comes with this hard shell. This is the old one. It comes with this like hard shell case. This is the old one. The new one supposedly has a second carrying case inside of it that pops out so that you kind of have like a slimmer version to put in like your book bag or something when you don't need such a hard case. And yeah, so the difference between the two new ones are pretty much just the storage space, and the carrying case is a little bit different. You also get some exclusive startup movies and stuff. But then they announced that there is a special edition one, which is what you can see right there. See the nice orange accents? It's got clear plastic. It's pretty much the colors of Valve. And I love clear cases. Instead of having this normal black case, I mean, the normal black is fine. But, this is just, you can't see through this. Everything's just black. There's no differences in the colors or anything like that. I do like a little bit translucent. I like the orange accents a lot. Anyway, so this one is a little bit more than the highest end one. And the only difference is the look of it. And you get a limited edition carrying case. So it's a little bit different than the other one. And that's about it. You're just pretty much paying for a different look, a different case. All right. This was delivered today. I think I'm one of the first people to actually receive one of these. Normal people, humans, not reporters or anything like that. I actually bought this, and I am one of the dorks that literally stayed near I had 2 computers open trying to get this right when it launched because I didn't know how limited of edition it was. Apparently, it's not that much. It's still available. You could still buy all these. None of them are sold out, and they all have about a 3 to 5 day shipping time. But here we go. Let's first just look at the case. It almost looks exactly like, you know what? I better zip this up because I feel like I'm just going down. It almost looks, here's the old one. Here's the new one. Pretty much, the new one's on top. It's pretty much exactly the same on the outside. Now, the old one just has a zipper that goes around the whole thing. The first thing I noticed is this new one. One, it's kind of weird that they just made this all black. But now there is a Velcro. There's a second Velcro. So you can zip it up. And then there's also a Velcro. So, not sure what that's about. But one thing I noticed, you open it up, boom, boom, boom. Look at that. There's some graphic on the top. It looks like, what is that? It looks like it's just the Steam Deck and then parts of the Steam Deck. It looks like a that gets broken down into different things. If I take the Steam Deck out first, it's through the whole thing. Now this is supposed to have a second case inside that comes out. I thought. How do you do that though? Oh, what is this? Haha. Case inside of a case. So this small case, a lot thinner. This pretty much is just a very thin shell to fit around. So you don't have this. You have something a little bit thinner, not as much protection. It's molded out though so that the joysticks sit in there. Pretty nice. You can see the little joystick holes. So this is pretty much just like a very thin shell around it. It also comes with, I'm guessing this is a wipe. Yeah, this is just a screen wipe, I believe. Yep. Whoopie doopie. But who cares about the case, right, guys? Now, I have not turned this on yet. Here's the front. You can see the clear plastic. You could see, let me try to, you see the clear plastic, the orange accents around the thumbsticks, the top. The special edition has an orange grill and also the orange power button. On the back, are those screws? It has orange little screws, as you guys can see. Orange grill back here. You could also see through the plastic. You could see the battery. Like it looks like I could see like maybe the battery's right here or something. It's right here. That's the special edition, guys. Not much to it, right? Just a lot of clear stuff. Really well done, though. I mean, if you ever held one of these, really amazing quality. And that's your special edition. Now let's turn it on. I have not turned this on yet. Let's see if there's a start. I think there's supposed to be some kind of startup movie I wonder if that's... Fix the camera a little. I wonder if the startup movie is like going to be there the first time you turn it on. Maybe, hopefully there's battery. Hopefully I turned it on. There we go. Try to fix that. Okay, you know, first time turning on something. Just thinking. Oh, you have to claim the exclusive startup movie? Boba just told me in the chat. You have to claim the startup movie. All right. Well, that's no fun. You don't want to see me just set shit up. Let me see if I can set something up real quick. I should have done this earlier, but you know how it goes. Sure. Okay. Well, the screen looks a lot better. Let me try to see if I can get to something that I could show you. Let me just do this. This sucks. Hold on. Definitely the blacks are way blacker. I could already tell. Sweet. Okay, it says it's installing. Let me fix my camera back up. Don't know what's installing, but I don't know if you guys can tell. Probably can't, because that's not even a black screen. But inside the logo is black. See how the outside is not black, but inside that logo, see, it doesn't really come across the same. Oh yeah, look at the bar on the top and the bottom. See how black that is compared to like this blue. This is like a good example of like, see this color of background right here on the top, right in the middle. That's what like the LCD screen black would be. This is like the black of now, where my, you know, the very bottom border. Pretty black. Black is black. Blackity is black. Don't know what it's installing. We'll come back to it. What's going on in the chat while we wait for this? That's a Nintendo Switch. No. It's the Steam Deck OLED Special Edition. It's in the title. Shane says, I wish women came in a transparent version. Shane, what are you doing? Oh, we might, by the way, here's some breaking news. In part 2 of Virtual Redban, when we go into virtual reality, we might have an exclusive interview with Zen, our buddy Zen, who has the new big screen Beyond, and hopefully Zen will be using it tonight, and he'll give us his first impressions of it. I should be getting mine, I'm guessing, in the next week or two, but he got his earlier, And I can't wait to see what he thinks, because he is also coming from a Valve Index. So we'll see about that very soon. Also, big shout out to Kay, who he's been fucking around with, AI and all that stuff. But he made a version of my song Olive Garden Butthole, the original version, where he had Mr. Beast. He had AI Mr. Beast sing my song. I don't really, it's a weird song for AI to try to do, because I'm a bit hungover, and it's already sounds weird. So it's weird that this is not how Mr. Beast doesn't sing. So it's hard to hear Mr. Beast's voice. But check this out. This is Mr. Beast. This is just a part of the song. Mr. Beast singing my song Olive Garden Butthole. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it sounds like him?
Little bit extra, get up with baby. When we enter the garden, we borrowed our money.
What?
Olive Garden butthole, what a perfect Sunday. Olive Garden butthole, leftovers Monday morning, yeah.
I guess it kind of. I'm more impressed in that they took my voice out of the song and added Mr. Beast.
I refilled the salad. Of course, I want some cheese. Ours teeth out of breadsticks. Some bears need family. I'm a second-class war traveler in a tour of Italy. Order the Alfredo dip and sauce. Pro tip calories. Olive Garden butthole, what a perfect Sunday.
It is weird.
Olive Garden butthole,
I also don't.
Leftover Monday morning.
I also don't really. I mean, I know I've watched a lot of Mr. Beast, but I don't know his voice enough.
Dessert served in tiny cups. I'll take all three. Unbutton my
What is that? Why do you laugh there?
A muffin top from cheese.
He doesn't even have the lyrics right.
A farmer drops off my bill with a chocolate mint for free. I leave the garden, but more will grow for me.
I hear him go, ugh.
I leave the garden, but more will grow for me.
I mean, that's pretty fucking just crazy. I would like to hear somebody else do that. That would be funny. Still installing something. 1 minute, 24 seconds left. Oh, shit. Thank you, Rachel Conroy. $28. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Rachel's been here a lot lately. Good seeing you again, Rachel. Are you a Canadian? Are you a Canadian girl? What part of Canada are you from? If you're Canadian. Isn't that what CA is? Yeah. Hopefully it's Toronto. I love Canada. Got a bunch of Canadians out here right now. Sam Walker, Brett Forte, and Uncle Hack. Those crazy guys. They're in town right now. Doing shows. Very excited for you guys. I just started editing the next Kill Tony. I'm very excited for you guys to see the next episode. I think it's a pretty fun one. Also, you like my new hat? Rogan sent me a link to this. He's like, dude, did you see this hat? I was like, oh my God, I have to get this hat. And what's funny is that he sent me a link to like I don't even know what it was, some website or an Instagram post. It was an Instagram post, like an Instagram ad, and he sent and Rogan saw it, sent this to me just so he's like, look, dude, check this ad out. And then I went into the comments, and the first comment was, "Hey, Redban, you need to get this." Funny though. So I like this hat. This is one of those hats though. It's kind of, I guess I can wear this in public, right? I get weird now about wearing things in public. You know, I mean, LA it was fine, but like when you're in Texas, it's a little different. Man, what are you wearing that hat around my child and Lord Almighty Christ, and and stuff like that. I don't want that. No, I guess this would be cool. What's funny is Janice had a good point when she saw this hat. She goes, "Wow, finally a hat that I can wear too." I was like, "What are you? Oh, yeah, because she's a veteran also. If you think about it, if you think about it." Oh, Rachel's in Alberta. I've been to Alberta. Ay, ay, ay. Alberta. That's out there, though. Isn't that like, it's near Windsor? Is that what I'm thinking of? Am I thinking Alberta? No. Alberta is the one that's up above Vancouver. Yep. I did a show in Edmonton. All right. I didn't do it. Yeah, I did a show in Edmonton once. And that was above Calgary. Yep. We did Kill Tony in Edmonton, I think. You cold, girl. What are you doing all the way up there in Alberta? Um, could be punched by a Vietnam vet. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm worried about because literally everyone around me is ex-military. I mean, my neighborhood alone is they're all Marines. Like they all were in Marines together, and then when they got out, they all decided to buy houses next to each other. So like everyone in my neighborhood is in the Marines, and I'm the only one that's not. Because the guy that like I bought my house from was a Marine, but he moved out for some reason during COVID, and then I got his house. And so I'm like the one guy that's not in the Marines. So they're always like, 10th floor, we got Brian coming out of his house. Look at this guy. Is he wearing a SpongeBob t-shirt? Oh my God. He's power washing dicks in his front yard, and he just little Annie Mae probably saw that. Oh. He's flying a drone again. He's flying a drone over his house. 10th floor. We got eyes on him. Who is this little peach cracker? Who is this little peach cracker? Oh, he's got an Asian. He must be good. He must have been in the Vietnam War. Okay, I'm installing now I'm installing firmware updates. All right. Getting there, guys. We're getting there. Redban wasn't a Marine? No. Closest I was a Boy Scout and an Eagle Scout for like a couple weeks, but not enough to get a actual Eagle Scout uniform. I quit, man. I didn't want to be an Eagle Scout. I didn't even want to be a Boy Scout. My mom made me do it so she could have time to fuck or something. I don't know. Get me out of the house. Work. Rachel's there for work. She's in the military. She's one of them. She's one of them spies getting to the bottom of this Canadian thing. How do you like all of us Ontario people taking over your province? Oh, I thought you were talking to me, John, and I was like, oh my God, he called it Providence. What's a province? Man, so Ontario people are taking over your province? Why would Ontario people move into Alberta? Isn't it? I guess it's colder in Ontario. Ontario, man, like Toronto. I love Toronto's my favorite. I used to love Vancouver the most, but Vancouver has gotten pretty sketchy. Like Portland and Seattle have. I mean, the whole West Coast, in my opinion, has become a nightmare, and Vancouver kind of like is also, I think now. I don't know. I used to love the West Coast. I like San Diego, but like, and San Jose is okay, but everything around, I don't know. Portland, Seattle, the garbage, garbage. Sorry, unless you love your car getting broken into and drug addicts, go to Seattle, Portland, or San Francisco. Drug addicts, unless you like drug addicts. I sound like an old man. I am. Okay, we're still installing firmware over here, guys. I'm making myself another drink while we're doing this. Shane, take your time. I still have to work out. Okay, Shane, you better work out. Jesus. Look at him showing off. Gotta work out before I do VR, Brian. Take your time. Okay, I'll just pour some more medicine for Daddy. Daddy medicine across the USA. I did have the privilege of having Thanksgiving with one of my favorite humans in the world, Shane Gillis, last night. And let me tell you, having Thanksgiving with Shane, special. And young Jamie. Hung out with young Jamie, Tony, William. All right, guys, hold on a second. I hate this. Steam is one of the few that it's like Steam and Twitch. If you ever tried to log in to Steam or Twitch, it's like, man, you got like Fort Knox security, which I appreciate, but it also seems like how do I log into my Gmail so easy and my everything else. Welcome to Steam Deck. Press or tap the screen to continue. This is the Steam button. I know what that is. This is the quick button. I know. Up there's the power button. I know. Over here's the volume buttons. Yes, the micro SD. I know. All right. I'm just going to download a quick game so we can see. I was going to do that game, but let's do something else. Okay, installing a game now, so we got some more time. Uh, but no, it was cool hanging out with all those guys last night. It's always weird, not weird. I think it's neat and cool and different when you hang out with comedians and friends outside of work, because all of us, like all my friends, who are mostly all comedians or chefs, but we never get to really hang out outside of work too much. And this is like, it's nice seeing we're all just kind of like, you know, hanging out and not talking comedy as we're not about to go up, or, you know, I don't know. It's cool. Um, it was funny though, because I knew about that argument that Shane Gillis had with Jamie about something about Vegas, about gambling money, and then I think Shane borrowed money from Jamie or something. I don't even know what happened, but it's funny because that little feud is still going on. And then, and then, then, Shane and Jamie, I love their dynamic. Like Shane's kind of like messing with Jamie a little, like because Jamie didn't finish his whole entire plate. He left a bunch of stuff on his plate, and so Shane's like, "Jamie, you better eat all that. Like you can't waste that. That's like, what are you doing? Just wasting food. Everyone's, no one, everyone else is eating in your plate, and just little things like that. It's really funny. And then, yeah, just little dumb things while sitting around the Thanksgiving table. How many Bud Lights did Shane drink? Before the turkey, he was drinking. Jamie drank two of his Bud Lights of a 12 pack. And I remember Jamie asked, like, "Can I have a second one?" And I remember thinking, like, I bet Shane in his head is like, "What are you doing, dude?" I buy 12 because I want 12. Jen has actually had, like, I think the line of the night. She said something really funny. She what was she saying? We were talking. We were outside this beautiful house of our friends, and we're out in this patio, and there's like a sauna, there's a pool, there's all these grills going on, and he's like he's talking something about the deck. And then Janice just comes out and hears them talking about it. And Janice goes, "Oh, are you talking about how high the ceilings are, Tony?" or something like that. Inside baseball. A lot of you probably have no idea that joke, but that was really funny. You guys see the new Tosh show? I actually watched it. I'm a huge fan of Tosh. I actually have hung out with Tosh a few times at the Comedy Store. Very quiet guy, very nice guy, very nice person. Which you wouldn't think he would be for some reason, just because his zesty attitude or whatever. But no, really cool. I've always been a Tosh fan. His podcast really just picks up where his show left off. I mean, of course, this is going to work. Tosh doing his show on his own time. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm surprised it took this long, honestly. If you haven't watched it, it's really fun. It's very Tosh 2.0-ish. It's very Toshy. I like it. But I'm a Tosh fan. I've always been a Tosh fan. I like Tosh. Tosh good. And it's good. I've watched both episodes. It's really good. Jamie did, by the way, Jamie did tell me and Janice something very interesting that I thought was pretty interesting. We were talking about VR in the, what I said earlier, Zen has the big screen VR, and in part two of Virtual Redban, hopefully he'll be using us and give us a first review of using it. But we were talking about the big screen VR. If you don't know, Linus Tech Tips, the great Linus, King Lionel, did a review of the big screen and pretty much just juiced all over it. And I'm sure they just got 1 million orders from Linus Tech Tips' latest video. If you haven't seen the video, this is the video right here. It is called I'm Finally Excited About VR Again, Big Screen Review. Actually, let's just take a quick look at this. What am I doing, man? Get it together, Brian. So if you want to see the whole thing, it's Linus Tech Tips.
This tiny VR headset weighs a fraction of the Valve Index, uses high-resolution micro OLED displays, and it ships with a face cushion that manufacturer Big Screen Inc. creates specifically for you using a 3D scan of your face. And the craziest part is that it's not an enterprise product that costs $3,500 up front plus an annual subscription like the Vario VR3. I mean, it's not cheap either, coming in at around the cost of a PSVR 2 and a Valve Index combined. But on the other hand, it's also the reason that I am finally excited to talk about PC VR again. I have a lot of thoughts to share on this one, but the Big Screen Beyond is a legitimately next-gen VR headset, guys, so don't tell me you're not here for it. And don't tell me you're not here for our—
So if you haven't seen it, this review of it, he loves it. I mean, there's a couple of negatives, but not too much. The biggest negative to me is that I can't just wear this and just give it to Janice, because like when I ordered this, I have ordered this. I should get it next week or two. You have to use your iPhone. You can only use an iPhone too, because it has like LiDAR or whatever. You have to scan your face all around and stuff, and it sends, a custom thing for your eye. But if Janice wants to play it, if I give it to Janice, it's not going to fit her face right, especially since it's like hers is, different shape as mine. And so that's one of the negatives. Two is that there's no headphones yet for it. You have to plug them in. You have to bring your own headphones, which is not a huge deal. Just plug in some earbuds into it, or put in, like the headphones I'm using right now. I could just put those on. Should we skip to the end? Let's just skip to the end and see what he says.
that it's USB powered rather than requiring a wall plug. It makes it so much easier to pack it up and take it with you if you wanted to do that for whatever reason. And while their no-frills approach means no frills, integrated processing for standalone operation like Quest, no. Gaze tracking like the PSVR 2, no. But believe it or not, that's actually something I like about their design philosophy. They did what they set out to do, build a smaller, lighter, more immersive VR headset, a true upgrade for people like me who already wired up their living rooms with tracking base stations and don't want the compromises of inside-out tracking. It did result in some questionable choices, like, for example, the inability to pop out of VR and talk to someone. Like, where am I supposed to put this thing? And not to mention the inability to share your headset, like I mentioned before. Your Beyond is yours and yours alone. But then, come to think of it, that's probably fine given what I know you people.
They are bringing out, though, where you can scan your girlfriend or your friend's face. If somebody that lives with you that uses your VR helmet all the time, there is going to be that option where they will send you like a faceplate for your girlfriend. So that ability is coming soon.
People are using this thing for, so. Why do you only have one wand?
What do you think I'm doing with the other hand?
Just don't use this segue for that.
All right. So anyways, check out the whole video. He goes pretty deep into it. But anyways, me and Jamie were talking about that headset, And he told me and Janice something hilarious, that he loves to go into his hot tub and put on a VR helmet and watch movies and sports in VR while in the hot tub. And I thought that was crazy. Like, you're mixing, I don't know, I guess, he's using a Quest. I think he's a Quest Pro, I think, maybe. So he's just, he says that he hits play and then he sits down in the hot tub. I just thought that was crazy. I don't know, man. Especially, and the first thing, of course, I said is like, did like the Friends, thing kind of freak you out about being in the hot tub's kind of scary now, right? I don't want to be the next Chandler. Brian went in the hot tub and died. You always hear about people dying on the toilet. Like Elvis died on the toilet. A lot of people die on toilets. That always freaked me out. I always wondered why. Anyone know the answer why people die on the toilet a lot? Because every time I'm on the toilet, sometimes when it's like, oh man, this is a bad toilet day, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have my Apple Watch on. Just listen, I don't know. What am I talking about, right? Redban, are you getting a Cybertruck? That's a good question, because honestly, by the way, we'll look at I have downloaded the game Stray. We'll look at that in a second here on the thing. We'll finish it with that. I had some VR news, but who cares about that shit, right? The Cybertruck, I think, is pretty badass, but if you own a Tesla, if you ever have a friend that owns a Tesla, one thing I've learned from Tesla, you never buy the first year. You never buy the second year. You never probably buy the third year. Around the 6th or 7th year is when I recommend buying a Tesla. Like right now, if you get a Model 3 and Model S or a Model X, you're getting a good car. They've fixed all the bad shit with it. And there's always bad shit. I wouldn't buy the first year Cybertruck. I would not recommend that for anybody. And I'm a Tesla stock shareholder. But that's just, shit's going to be, they're going to have to fix a lot of shit. Two, I also, while I love the look of it, and it when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck? But I've grown to really love it. And it also reminds me of how much when I first saw a PF Cruiser, remember those things? PF Cruiser? I've said this already. But remember when you first saw a PF Cruiser? And I think when it came out, it was like, oh shit, this is like, is that what they're called? PF Cruiser? It's not called a PF Cruiser. What am I thinking of? PF something. Is it called a PF Cruiser? Oh, is it? You know what I'm talking about? When you first saw it, PT Cruiser. PT. I did it again. I'm thinking of PF Chang's. I think I did the exact same thing last time.
This is a Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Remember when you first saw this though, when it first came out, and it was like, wow, that thing looks cool. It looks like an old like Dick Tracy car or something.
Motor Week is made possible by...
Shut up. Look at this opening. What the heck? All right, this is oh, okay.
Your host for Motor Week, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motor Week.
Oh my God, can you hear how bad this dude's microphone is? And this is for Motor Week. God, turn down the audio.
Glad to have you with us. Without a doubt,
oh my God,
some of the most popular and innovative automotive designs of the last 2 decades have come from Chrysler.
Oh my God, you're clipping.
Highly versatile trend-setting vehicles like front-wheel drive minivans, while others have been radical
God, this is a nightmare.
With Chrysler PT Cruiser, its funky retro styling combines the full.
Yeah, and I remember when I first saw this though, I was like, "Oh, this is like an old Dick Tracy car." I actually thought when I first saw this car, I thought this is unique and cool. But I mean, we all know it only took like 6 months after this came out and you saw these things on the road that you were like, this is the grossest car in the world. I think this is one of the ugliest cars ever made. And I just worry that the Cybertruck, while, you know, it's so unique and different looking, I just hope it doesn't fall in the same category where you start seeing Cybertrucks all over the place, kind of like a Hummer. Like same with Hummer, you know, like Hummer used to be pretty cool. And then you see a Hummer and you're like, oh, douchemobile, you know what I mean? Like, I just wonder, like it might be one of the few times I would recommend buying a Tesla the first year and selling it after the second year, because before everyone starts getting, who knows? I think when you see a Cybertruck in real life too, though, it's a lot different than when you see it in person. Or I mean, like when you see it like online in photos and stuff like that. I think when you see it in person, it's a lot different. I1 Tesla, who's somebody I follow, he's pretty cool. He got to actually visit one in his, I think, North Carolina. Check it out, though. This is him seeing, this is at a Tesla in North Carolina. They have it on display now. A lot of Teslas across the country have them on display right now. You might want to check out if there's a Tesla near you. But I mean, looking at it, it's just, I don't like the hubcaps. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like those hubcaps, or the rims, as the kids call them. I don't like them at all. It reminds me of like Moon Patrol or something. The first thing I would do is get new rims. This is, I think, a production model Tesla. This is what it's going to look like. You could see the Tesla robot in the back. Man, North Carolina has a good Tesla store. What the fuck? What's up with North Carolina having a good Tesla store like this? Yeah, but those hubcaps look shitty. They look cheap and plasticky. I want some badass rims on those. It looks like a Halo Warthog. Seriously, it does. I do like the look of it, though, the chrome. I love the front of it. Oh man, that front is sexy as heck. I love the light bar. I love how it's just one big light bar for the headlights, for everything. The one thing I don't like, and I think this is like a Steve Jobs, if Steve Jobs was alive and worked for Tesla, he would never have let this happen. I do not like the wiper. And there's been a lot of talk about this wiper. Hopefully you could see my cursor, but you see the wiper? It's just this one huge wiper that lives on the right side of the car. And it just, in one swoop, I guess it does most of, it can't even do the whole thing, can it? I guess it can. I don't know. It seems like it would miss like this top part up here. I don't know, but it's just this big chunky wiper. And where are you going to find that wiper? You ain't going to go to the wiper store to get that. You're not going to Walmart. You're not going to whatever. You're going to have to buy that from Tesla, that wiper. I don't like the wiper. But they're saying in the future, like there's been rumors that Tesla is going to introduce like a laser wiper, which is just like a laser that will skim and just pretty much dissolve all the water on your, I want to see that happen. Like it just becomes mist. It's just burning water. A laser wiper. I don't know. I'm not down with that wiper. But the look of it, I mean, I like the look of it. That just looks like the future. It just looks like video games. I think it looks beautiful. I just wonder though if it's going to turn into a PT Cruiser. I don't think so though. I think this looks cool enough that, especially when people get it wrapped and stuff, like there's going to be so much more looks for it. And all the aftermarket things that you can do, like the back of this, maybe you can put a little bubble on it, make it look like a little aquarium or something. I don't know. There's all these things. I like the back of it too. The back, all the lights are in a light bar again. This top part retracts and shows the truck bed. It's definitely Moon Patrol. Oh yeah, it's definitely Moon Patrol. Here's a look underneath. iOneTesla did a good job with this video. Yeah, there's like a nerd. He came in there with a selfie stick, a 6-foot selfie stick, clean bottom. I like the bottom of it. I mean, I just love it. Panel gaps look good. That's inside Tesla joke. Of course, this was handmade slowly. This is not a production unit because the production, I don't think, starts until like another week or two. Tesla's about to have a event where they begin the production, I guess. I do like the look of it, though. I think that's cool. I forget what the original question is. But if you want to watch the whole video, check out iOneTesla. He has a whole video about it. He also interviews all these people walking. Look at all the people that are just there to look at it. He does good videos, though. Check it out. That's where it is. If you live anywhere near that, you can check it out in person yourself. Make your own little YouTube video. Looks incredibly difficult to maintain and repair. Well, the cool thing about Teslas and stuff like that, it's just motors, you know, like anything that can get repaired on a Tesla is pretty much pop out the old part, put in the new part for the most part. Yeah, Dr. Redban RL says it's ugly. I mean, I didn't like the look of it when I first saw it. It didn't take me too long. It actually only took me like a day or two. And then I was like, you know what? It's grown on me. I actually like it now. But like my when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know if I like this. It looks like a unrendered video game. We'll see. I want to see, if I got it, I'd probably wrap it though. I'd probably murder it out like I do. All right, guys, I downloaded the game. Let's see. First look. If I can tell the difference here, we got Stray. Starting launch. This game will use official layout. Okay. If you haven't played Stray, by the way, an amazing video game. It's having me adjust the value until the image on the left disappears and the center image is barely visible. Okay. Accept. Now, again, I don't know how much you can tell, but that black is really, really black. You see, I don't think how much you can really tell from this, especially with all these reflections. Audio's nice. holding this is not fun. I mean, it looks amazing. I know you guys can't tell, but all right, I'm looking at it now. Oh yeah, this is the color on this and the screen quality is way better than that used to be. Wow. Here, I'll talk to a cat for you. Hold on. Let me zoom in so you can see me talk to this cat. You ready? What? What happened? What? Camera angle on my... Holy shit, I went into a camera angle where... What kind of camera angle am I in? How do I get out of this camera angle? Hold on. How do I get out of that camera angle? I don't know how, what. Okay. Oh, I see. I hit the... Alright, I'll talk to a cat. Wait, where am I? Nope, this way. What? I already talked to that cat. You won't talk again? Alright, I'll talk to this cat. Oh, the cat's licking me behind the bush. Alright. I don't know why, like, you can't really see. I don't know why I thought you guys would maybe be able to see better. Like, the difference. I don't know why we spent so much time downloading that game and everything. Everything works great, I guess, is the secret. Let's see if I can put in this case right. Yep. And then this little soft shell goes into this. Oh my God. Boom. Now it's inside this case. There you go. Amazing. 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 If you haven't played that game, by the way, I love that game. Redban bamboozled us for what? I don't know what I was supposed to show you guys. It looks great. Show us your cat. Cat's not allowed up here in the office. My cat's still a kitten. Once the cat becomes, when Uma becomes a adult, then I'll let her into this room. But see all these things behind me, all these, this is all just how much my cat's a kitten. It's crazy. And it will just destroy this whole entire office. But what's funny is it just sits right outside this door. There's only like a little fence up, like this little, see that little fence right here? And the cat can totally jump over that thing, but she respects me, and it's just like, I'm waiting for you. She's just like laying out there. And I know if she was here right now, she'd be destroying everything, but as an adult, she would just like hang out right up here probably. She'd probably sit up here and just look at what I do. Cats love internet and technology. I've known that for a while. Okay, guys, let's end it now. Let's also just take a quick look at any VR titles. Right now is Black Friday, and Steam, who makes what I just showed you, is having a huge sale on all their games. Now's the time to buy video games on Steam. If you've been waiting to buy video games, now's the time. They're having a sale to November 28th, so you have 4 more days, and they have a shitload of games on sale. Now, we'll just look a quick look at some of the VR titles that are on sale. But all their games are on sale right now. So if you've been waiting to get a video game, right now is the time to get it. Flight Simulator is 40% off right now for $35.99. That has a nice VR option to it. No Man's Sky, a lot of people love that. 50% off. Hitman, 60% off, $27.99. F1, you saw it in Vegas. Now you can play it in your fucking panties. Has a VR on it too, 60% off, $28. What are their games? Star Wars Squadrons, 95% off. Here's one is a no-brainer. Even if you don't have VR right now, just fire up your computer, buy this. It's $1.99 for Star Wars Squadrons. That's a good VR game too. 100%. Recommend that for $2. That's one you just buy. This is one of my favorites. I'm a Tetris nerd. If you're a Tetris nerd, 50% off right now, $20. Still expensive for Tetris, in my opinion. But I love Tetris. I own this. I own almost every Tetris game. I'm a Tetris nerd. I'm not good at it either. Other games, Tomb Raider, 80% off, $5.99. I didn't even know that. Is that VR? Why is this in? I guess it is. 80% off. That's pretty bad. $6. I Expect You to Die. Great game. Number 3, $20. Fallout VR. I have not played this yet, and I love Fallout. I'm not sure if it's good. A lot of mixed reviews on this one, but it's $15 right now. Super Hot VR. I think this is one of those games you buy anytime you get a headset. 60% off, $10 right now. Moss 2, very good game. It's a sequel to Moss 1, which I'm sure is even cheaper, but this is 30% off, $14. Skyrim, everyone loves some fucking Skyrim. 75% off, $15. And there's a bunch of games, guys. If you just go type in Steam video games. Steam VR Black Friday. There you go. There's a quick look at some of your Black Friday games. But you know what? Fuck that. I really want to go into VR right now. And I want to hear, hopefully Zen is playing the new headset he has. And I want to hear his review of it. His early review of the big screen VR headset. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification bell. We're about to go to part 2 of Virtual Redban. Yes, Virtual Redban's in 2 parts. Makes no sense. I may change it soon. I'm just being lazy. But part 2 is when we actually go into virtual reality. We play virtual reality. Virtual reality kind of looks like this. See all that in the background? It's kind of like that. We smoke, we drink, we have a bunch of fun. Janice is going to join us. Hang out with my girlfriend Janice. Hang out with a bunch of people in virtual reality that you might know. And it's a good show to just put on in the background while you're doing other things. It's a good background show. Put on your Apple TV. Put it on your Samsung and your Vizio. Put it on, streaming in the background while you do other things. Because in 15 minutes, we'll be back for part 2, and we're just going to have some fun. So grab a drink, take a piss, walk the dog, make a baby, eat some bacon, and then poop it out. I don't know where I'm going with this. In 15 minutes, we'll be back in virtual reality. Okay.